This is 2OF Entertainment.
Check this out. This, of course, is the 21st century electric version of the classic Volkswagen campervan T2, whatever you want to call it. It goes by different names, doesn't it? But it's got the look, it's got the style, it's funky, it's got the two-tone color. I wish the badge on the front, my finger point there. I wish the badge on the front was actually bigger. I think that would make sense. But other than that, it's really a funky vehicle. So I'm just going to have a very quick look around. This car isn't really about the drive, but we'll take it for a little drive. We'll have a little look around the cabin and stuff like that. And let's see what we think of it. So I'm assuming that this literally is the first time. Oh, there you go, that worked actually. That felt quite intuitive. There's a lever just underneath there, massive tailgate, look at that, I can barely fit it in. And then once you've opened it, and again, I just was speaking to the guys, it's interesting about this vehicle, this is sold through their commercial. That is so cute, that is beautiful. They're sold through their commercial vehicle setup. So it's designated dealers and commercial vehicle dealers that actually sell this vehicle rather than the passenger side of the business. They've got another one over there. But lots and lots, you can see that already they're thinking about the versatility of it. This huge double floor, look at that, with these incredible brackets and pillars. Look at the hydraulics that is just involved in this flap here. That is some engineering right there. And then of course this is the tonneau cover, massive amounts of room here, and of course they're looking at, you know, engineering the campervan type version of this car, which of course is what everybody's expecting to see soon. Of course some have already done it aftermarket, so I'm sure that VW, I think, will be looking at it probably in a year or two time with a longer wheelbase, which apparently is about to be launched. So indeed, let's get into this, see what it feels like. And here we are in massive amounts of space, as you would expect. And how do you close? Oh, there's a handle here, just there. Oh, it quietens things down significantly, even though that door is still open. But you see in here, nice texture. This is sort of canvasy type material, rough, hard wearing. Some nice, beautiful touches here. What does that do? No idea. Maybe spare buttons or something. Oh, there's a little USB-C there, and on the other side as well, loads of legroom. There's a little table as well. So this is like an MPV basically. This is your modern day electric MPV. This is the MPV that you really want. Let's see what the front is like. So check this out. It's quite a nice interior. It does put you in mind of the ID range. Look at the whiteness. Let's call it the whiteness of the steering. VW press. Oh, interesting. And then this kind of floating dashboard. It looks like wood, but it's not. It's actually very smooth, unless maybe it is wood, but it's very smooth out, which doesn't feel textured in any way. Got the rubber inserts there, glove box there. Got a deep compartment. Oh, no, actually, it's not as deep as I thought. No, it's not actually, no. But then you have this. Oh, I see. So that closes in. Obviously, the cup is in the way, but that would close into there. And then it opens up into a tray. You have a bin. That's a bin there. So that's a bin. That's good somebody left that open, otherwise I wouldn't have known that that was there. So, in fact, oh, there you go. That's open now. You got the tray there. Armrest. Again, the nice canvasy seats. And then, of course, the pod here. And it's got the thing that you see in the IDs there where the gear lever is over here. Cool. Let's take this for a drive. Right then, so are we actually running? Is this running? Oh, there's a USB thing here as well. The USB-C's in a little tray there to put stuff in. This is, I don't think we're actually running here. So how do I even start this car now? This is going to be the most embarrassing thing in the world if I have to now get out and ask, how do you start the car? Oh, it's just started. It just started. And it's ready to go now. And it's moving. So there we go. It's moving. We are off. We are doing the yellow route in this vehicle. It's a bus. It's a bus. We have a big old windscreen right out there in the front, massive tabletop in front of us. We have extra windows because there's not enough windows, with the windscreen going way out there in the front. And we have extra windows in each corner. We have these big windows on the door frames. The visibility out the back is not too bad because of the mirrors. You can see all the way back. Big screen, big window screen at the back as well. So that kind of works. But I've been wanting to try this vehicle because it's kind of like I said, the modern day or the futuristic equivalent of the ultimate MPV. Of course, you know, fully electric, but at the same time, because it's just fun. It's just funky. It's like VW relearning or rediscovering, you know, what it was about. I don't know if you need to be a hippie. You could, I suppose, be a hippie to drive one of these, be an EV hippie, I guess. But it's sort of going. And in fact, you know, it kind of makes perfect sense, doesn't it? A vehicle like this, with the peace and love message of the original VW campervan, and now we have an EV version of it. So it kind of makes sense in many levels. It's really cool looking. It's really fun looking. What's it like to drive? I mean, it's a bit like a van. You know, we are not going to be setting any lap records or anything like that in this vehicle, as you can imagine. That's not what it's about. But it's not what it's meant to be about. You know, at the end of the day, I shouldn't really be doing this. I should be just taking some passengers around in it and seeing how they feel in the back of the thing. But having said that, yeah, I mean, pickup, you know, the acceleration is good. It's not crazy. It's not like, you know, unlike most EVs where you do that and you go, whoa, I got modes here. Adaptive cruise. No, I don't want cruise mode. No, that's just giving me adaptive cruise mode. It's giving speed limit, and I don't want that either. So again, you know, on events like this, we have little time with the car, so I haven't had time to familiarize myself with the vehicle. It's obviously got lane keep assist because I can feel the steering sort of fighting me a little bit as I just sort of wander across the road as I'm figuring out what the controls are on this car. The control switches on the right are for the fog lights and the misters and stuff like that. In the middle, basically, you've just got the screen, and there's the hazard lights is there in the middle. It says mode here. Here we go. Here's the driving modes. So we have got sport. So let's put it into sport and see. Oh yeah, accelerated a bit quicker then. Yeah, definitely picked up a little bit quicker there. And so if we just keep it in sport, because we're on that sort of terrain, and we'll see how it does. But you know what? You know what? Actually, I took that corner a little bit quicker than I thought I should, and it's alright. It's a big vehicle. I'm turning around a bus for sure, but I've caught up with the whatever the SUV is in front of me already, very, very rapidly. And it's very quiet, very serene. There is a lot of bump thump from down there. The chassis is kind of a little bit stiff, but there is no flex in the body or anything like that. There's no flex, no movement in any of this. So if you're thinking, oh, you know, it's going to vibrate or move or anything like that, it's not going to do any of that. It's absolutely fine. But just in that, I'm going to just clear a bit of space because, you know, it actually did decide to go. And not only did it decide to go, but it decided to turn and to turn remarkably well. You know, very planted, very sure-footed in a way that I wasn't really expecting it to be. So again, this is a hairpin now that we're into. So are we looking at understeer? Well, we're looking at a little bit of understeer, but nowhere near as. But in fact, it tightened the line there. That's astonishing. It actually tightened the line there. So I'm doing exactly what I said I wouldn't do. I said I was just going to take this for a gentle drive to see like how passengers would feel in this car. But now I'm checking it around and it's actually very good. My goodness, this is not what I was expecting at all. But I keep catching up with the guy in front. I keep catching up with the car in front because, you know, I end up going quicker than I anticipated I would be going. So again, it's a little bit of a surprise really to me, but the performance is there. It's not massive performance, not pin you back in here, but it's like the torque is there and it's solid and it's strong and it will push you along. So the brakes on this big thing, now normally on a big thing like that, the brakes would leave you contemplating your last dying wishes, but in this case the brakes are absolutely fine. Pushing it down into a corner, up into a hill, then banking into right, braking and into left, and it's like, what am I doing? It's not a rally car, is it? What's going on here? But and this is a tightening right, this one. So again, so that, I mean, yeah, anything of this anything like this of a vintage, you would have gone off into that barrier, you know, and you would have been like, what? It would have been wayward, it wouldn't have turned in, it would have understeered. This is impressive, VW. This is very impressive. What are you doing, guys? You are resetting people. The trouble with these EVs is that they completely force you to re-evaluate, reprogram your mind into how you think of vehicles because of the competencies and the capabilities and the performance abilities of these vehicles. But I guess, you know, it becomes inherent, doesn't it? Because if they're going to put an EV motor into something like this, which of course is immediately going to endow it with significant performance, then of course you then have to look at the dynamics. You have to look at the handling ride package to see where you may be able to improve it and tweak it, so that even if somebody does decide to use some of that performance, they don't come unstuck, quite literally, and things go wrong. So this is great. I think this is fantastic. All the spec and stuff hopefully I've already put on the screen so you've seen it. I don't have that on the top of my head. I don't even know how much it is, but however much it is, if you're looking for a vehicle, an MPV that's electric, that you're going to do mostly around town in, and it's kind of sad to say that you're mostly going to do around town in when we now realize how good it actually is on country roads, but it would make perfect sense as an around town family bus. It would make absolute perfect sense. But if you do find yourself going on a little bit of a longer stretch with the family for a nice picnic out at the end of some nice B roads, then you wouldn't be disappointed. You would not. There you go. That's my review of this incredible ID bus. Let me know what you think of it in the comments below.